We're driving through these beautiful rolling hills, glorious rows of vines. We're going to go and have a little look around the Barossa Valley, collecting a few little gourmet treats. Row of beautiful palms. It's a bit of an icon. Pete's keen to get his hands on a bottle of
old tawny port.
So much to do in the Barossa Valley. Just hundreds of places, wineries, vineyards, distilleries, producers, farmers markets.
The produce down here is unbelievable. So we're going to go to the Barossa Cheese Co. We're going to pick up some cheese.
So we're heading down to the Barossa Chocolate Company, artisan wines, and they all have a story to tell. There is a lot of creativity in the Barossa Valley. It's a fairly new gallery in the Barossa Valley. It's called Wonderground. They're artists and they make their own wines.
There's so much history here. There's a little gin distillery in town and getting a sneaky gin or two. Ching ching.
That's a wrap. We have all the goods. All right, we'll see you up the track, guys. Welcome back to Artzone Travel's Off-Grid Ventures. G'day, we're Pete and Tan. We love exploring Australia's off-grid caravan adventures one epic journey at a time. If you're new here, get ready for an unforgettable mix of caravan travel inspiration, tips and hidden gems as we road trip Australia. And in this episode, we're taking you with us to explore one of Australia's most iconic destinations, the Barossa Valley. Every journey brings a different landscape and a different reason for travelling, and the Barossa Valley calls for some fun and indulgence. Off-grid, yes, but not off-road. This time it's a smooth ride as we welcome a rest from the bumpy, dusty roads of the outback. The Barossa is world famous for its wine with over 200 cellar doors and wineries to choose from, but there's so much more than just great wine. We'll show you where to stay off-grid in your caravan right in the heart of Greenock, and then take you along as we dive into the region's best food, art and local experiences. We'll wander the Barossa Farmers Market, the beating heart of the community, tasting fresh produce and meeting some of the people behind it. We pack the perfect gourmet picnic with artisan sourdough, handmade cheeses and sweets before heading off to Bethany, the Barossa's very first German settlement, for a slice of history. You'll also come with us to Seppeltsfield, one of the most iconic historic estates in Australia, where we drive through the stunning avenue of palms, meet artisans at the jam factory and taste incredible wines including the famous Parrot Vintage Tawny. And because the Barossa is all about indulgence, we'll sip local craft beer at Greenock Brewers, sample Schluter wines and meet the creative founders of Wonderground, Art and Cellar, where wine and art all come together beautifully. And to celebrate our time here, along with Pete's birthday, we dine at our all-time favourite restaurant in Australia, Vintner's Bar and Grill. Definitely one to add to your list if you're visiting the region. So, buckle up and join us. This episode is all about treating your senses, indulging your palate, and discovering the very best of Barossa Valley. Let's pick up right where we left off in the last episode, where we road tripped all the way from Alice Springs to the Barossa, and now we're rolling through those beautiful green fields. Our next stop, the Greenock Centenary Park, otherwise known as the Oval, right in the heart of Barossa Valley. Okay, so we have just arrived at the Greenock Oval in Greenock, and it's about a 15-20 minute drive from Newryutba, which is the main township in Barossa Valley. And this is an absolutely beautiful spot. It's really nice to be back. Pete and I have been here a couple of times, so everyone's just usually fairly peaceful and quiet. And you get to overlook this beautiful green oval, and there's lots of pine trees right around the whole oval. And anyway, it's fairly packed. We are in a little bit late. There's 2 sites that we've spotted. So you can see you can camp around the edge of the oval here. There'd be probably about 8 spots there. Or just up here in amongst underneath these pine trees, over here at the back, there's a few spots where you can camp. A lot of it's in shade though, so we'll have to see. There's 2 spots with a little bit of sunshine. So how do you pay here, Pete?
There's a box here that you put your cash into. So it's about $10 a night, and I'm pretty sure you can only stay 7 days. So absolutely cracking spot. We didn't even see it when we came in because I was thinking about getting water, and I thought, we're going to be stuck up in the back in the shade because we all need solar.
So we can just put our chairs out on the oval there.
Mate, I can feel a beer coming on.
Let's do it. Well, good morning everyone. Here we are in Greenock. It is an absolutely freezing day. Pete's just been outside. Here he is now. Freezing out there, isn't it? Like, what a difference to central desert, of course, but we've got everything out today, the winter woolies, the jeans, everything. So what we're going to be doing is we're excited because we're going to go and have a little look around the Barossa Valley and do a little bit of a recce. And also today we were meant to be going on a picnic, and we'll see how that goes. We've still got the picnic basket packed in the car, and we're going to be going around and collecting a few little gourmet treats to put in our picnic basket. So come along, join us. So let's get going, and let's go have a fun day.
Can't wait.
We're now heading over to another little part of the Barossa Valley on the other side of Newryutba, and we're making a beeline for a little town called Angaston, a little village. And in there is a place we visited last time called Otherness, and they have a whole lot of beautiful gourmet treats in there, beautiful small selection of artisan wines, and they all have a story to tell. They have beautiful deli items and some pastries, and I believe they have they make some very small batches of the most beautiful breads. I'm hoping they still do, because that's going to be great for our little picnic today. So that's where we're going to head now, and also we're going to visit somewhere else in Angaston.
Head to the Barossa Cheese Co. Now, this has got a fantastic range of cheeses, and Tan and I, we're always looking for soft cheese. I don't know what it is about it, and I'm a little partial to blue as well, so we'll check it out. It's been a couple of years since we've been there, but that's another addition to our platter that we're going to have for lunch.
All right. And then after that, we're going to go to a beautiful gallery. It's a fairly new gallery in the Barossa Valley. It's called Wonderground. It's 2 couples who have bought this property. There's I think they're artists, and they make their own wine. So they've combined those 2 passions together, and we're really looking forward to seeing this contemporary art gallery and sampling some of their wines. There's one there we want to try, that Grenache Rosé anyway, because we thought that'd be perfect for our picnic. Okay guys, but first up, Angaston. Barossa Cheese Co.'s cheeses are all handmade with a winemaker's sensibilities and artisan skills in their own cheese cellar, using local milk from cows and goats farmed by their neighbours. The cheese cellar offers the full range of cheese, but also local gourmet condiments. Happy with that, Pete?
Absolutely. So tick for the cheese and the biscuits. Now let's go and get some bread.
Beautiful, sounds great. We adore Otherness. It's a premium micro-producer of fine wine from the Barossa Valley, representing a series of winemaking collaborations between esteemed local winemakers and Grant Dixon. We found everything we needed here to complete our picnic. A beautiful loaf of sourdough baked by breaking bread, and almond cake from their dessert cabinet was the best. Thanks, Charlie, for looking after us.
Woohoo! We have picnic delectables galore, and now we've just got one more stop for our picnic, don't we?
Yeah, I think we're going to need a rosé for today. I think it's a rosé day.
So Wonderground Art Gallery has 5 rooms of arts from both local and interstate artists, and apparently you can enjoy a glass of wine while you immerse yourselves amongst this beautiful creativity. So really looking forward to getting out there and having a look.
What an absolutely gorgeous drive as we head out towards Wonderground Gallery. We're driving through these beautiful rolling hills, just full of all these glorious rows and rows and rows of vines. Some are quite young, there's new plantings, and some are quite old.
So this space here obviously was part of that structure from the 1930s. So always a revolving exhibition in this space as well, but it always has a slightly different look and feel than the rest of the gallery.
Okay.
So this is Emma Fuss's work, and this is her solo exhibition as part of Cellar this year, and it's called Presence.
That's lovely. I love the tones. Really
It
beautiful.
looks really beautiful in this space too.
Yeah, true.
So this space here we use still for some workshops, and then it's for us a nice space where if we have a group come in, they can come and they can really settle into this space and enjoy a cheese plate, they can do a tasting. So anything in the Wonderground range, the label is always a connection to place. So Wonderground range is multi-vineyard wines. So we're taking fruit from multiple parcels to create this wine, whereas our Mirrors range are single vineyards. So we're really honing it down and only taking fruit from a couple parcels within that estate.
So Kirsty and Renee, thanks for joining us today, and really grateful for your time to have a chat to us about this really beautiful, innovative space you have here. So what was the inspiration for Wonderground?
Kirsty and I were looking for a gallery space. I moved to the Barossa 10 years ago and connected into an art group. I was a bit surprised that there wasn't more art in our region, especially with being, I guess, the association of art and wine is quite strong. And so I imagined that moving here there was going to be a plethora of art everywhere. And there was music, but there was some, but usually it was the same artists that sort of were rolled out to express themselves as the artists of the region. And once I was here a few years, realised that there was so many artists here. We ran a number of events to try and showcase the fact that there were hundreds of artists here. One was called 100 Barossa Artists, and that happened in 2020 during COVID. And then another thing was called Wanderlust, where we turned a whole village into an art gallery.
Happened to be 2020, which we thought was just a lovely sounding round number, not knowing what we were entering. And I think those events ended up having 10,000 people to them in 2020. So ended up publishing a book. We just kept getting locked down. We had 124 artists doing self-portraits, projected them in the street, and published a book, had an exhibition, and then kept seeing the gaps in our region. So Renee really encouraged me to join the art group, going back to the art group, and then our community grew. We began to realise through these projects that there were many, many artists, often working in isolation, because that's the nature of the work, really, isn't it? So where did we get to with the inspiration for Wonderground? Well, we were really looking for a gallery for ourselves. We had 24 exhibitions, I think, depending, in the last 2.5 years. Purchased 80 acres together with our husbands, and really created a merge of art and wine together. Had over 90 artists, mostly from the region, and sold multiple countries, which means our artists are going internationally, which is fantastic.
It's wonderful, absolutely wonderful. So tell us about why your space is unique, and I'd really love to hear about your wine label too. You know, like it all goes hand in hand. The creativity, art and wine. What a beautiful pairing. So how does the wine come into it?
Well, it's a combination of all our passions. I think Renee summed it up quite well in terms of, for us now, what can we do that we know the region needs? What are our skills that we can easily give? Always can make exceptional wine, and we know exceptional wine can be enjoyed with art, so why not have this beautiful space on 80 acres with sensational views?
Originally we weren't looking for a vineyard, but this property came up for sale for the first time in over 100 years, and we actually fell in love with the view. And then we turned back and looked at the soil and fell in love with the soil, and then there was the vines, and the house had a great bone, so it was great to convert. So it actually probably all happened backwards in the end, but it also meant that our husbands were on board and our families were on board. And in the Barossa, you can't put a gallery in the middle of a vineyard because of the rules, and so we have done that. And we started actually with art and no wine, and we've slowly introduced wine over that time because we purchased the property in November 21. We had opened by August 22. Our first vintage was finished in May 22, and so the rosé was then released at the end of our first exhibition.
Beautiful. And also I'd really love to hear about the sculpture you have on your property outside. Can you tell us more about the beautiful sculpture you've commissioned?
Well, we're lucky to have some as part of our catalogue, so some of our guests may like to have it in their homes in the future. We get to enjoy out the front at the moment. So we have a beautiful Greg Johns Wavering Circle sculpture as you enter the gallery on the left-hand side. That's recently come to the gallery. And then the sculpture on the right is Roland Waite, who is a local painter and sculptor who we work with quite closely. He's got the football sculpture, which is quite good fun with the shadows. And then leading on from that, Roland had done a maquette for Greenock, which is a local town where you're staying. They were looking at having a sculpture for the community. And Renee had seen this maquette, which then came into the gallery for a little while. And then we were hoping for someone to build it. We thought timesing it by 10 would be a very good thing to do. And so you'll see the harvest hands, which are based on Roland's hands, which are fantastic artist's hands as well. He's done a lot for the art in the community.
Watching this project unfold for two people who've never worked in arts before but were keen to help out, it has helped pull people together. And so it's kind of, to me, is what the hands probably represent and what art really does do for people within the community.
You know, art is just such a wonderful cross-communicator, isn't it?
Yeah.
And so what a wonderful thing that you have started, you know, bringing community together and, you know, helping community discover their own gifts.
But if you're really passionate about something and you work with the community and get people involved, then you actually have that groundswell, I think. And so that's been a really important part of the project as well.
Absolutely.
So we've got two ranges, Wonderground, which is wines from here and also our friends. So we've got this beautiful ridge that runs through the property that forms a WRM, which we didn't realise at the time. But we were simply in love, as Renee said, with the vineyard. So we've got copper from the renovations that we were starting with that first, the rosé was the first that we released, grapes from the first harvest and soil from the property. So we made paints and inks with our teenagers and created these labels. So all of the Wonderground range really tells a story of what was happening in the vineyard or in our lives at the time that these wines were released. So there's a beautiful range of 5 wines that can be enjoyed now. They're a Chardonnay, a Rosé, a Grenache Cinsault Mataro and a Malbec Shiraz. 4 blocks that we take 3 rows from this estate, so they're very site specific. People talk about single vineyard wines. These are 3 rows of a single vineyard wine each year. 2 Grenaches and 2 Shiraz. The Grenache is nearly 100 years old. We've used the landscape to make these labels, so effectively making monoprints from what's in those 3 rows. So the 100-year-old, you can see some of the in there as well. So as the site changes from ancient sand dunes to world of conglomerate, we get different results in our wine labels.
So we soak paper in the soil of where those vines are grown, and then with the leaf matter and things like that, they've effectively created a print of the soil that the fruit is grown in.
Well, we can't thank you enough for telling us.
We can talk a lot.
Okay, Pete, one last thing we need for our picnic is chocolate. So,
Gee, what a surprise.
so we're heading down to the Barossa Chocolate Company, and that's our last port of call for the day. Set among the vineyards in Tanunda, you can indulge your sweet tooth with a visit to the Barossa Valley Chocolate Company. Handcrafted using ethical beans from Belgium and the Daintree, there are more than 250 varieties to devour, including dark milk, white and some infused with Shiraz or cider. You can learn about the art of chocolate making or enjoy a wine pairing sitting back and relaxing on the waterfront deck. So the weather's being a little bit erratic. Guess what? The sun has come back out. So we've been advised from the lovely Kate up at Wonderground Gallery that there's a little undercover area up here in Bethany at a little park. So
100 metres, turn right.
there we are, we're nearly there. So a little reserve here that we can hopefully have a picnic. Bethany is the Barossa's first German settlement and one of the most historic towns. Established in 1842 by German Lutheran settlers who arrived from Prussia. With its charming stone cottages, peaceful vineyards and a sense of old world heritage, Bethany is the perfect spot to picnic in its beautiful shelter and enjoying our collection of local produce. How good is that? What have we got here, Pete?
We've got a Wonderground Grenache Rosé. Ching ching.
Anyway, guys, thanks for coming along today. Hope you've enjoyed our first day in the Barossa Valley. Not too bad. What do you reckon?
Pretty good.
See you tomorrow.
G'day everyone.
Good morning.
Well, today we've got another exciting day exploring the Barossa Valley. We sort of don't have a plan for today, only that we're going to start off at the beautiful Barossa Farmers Markets, which is down in Angaston. And we went there a couple of years ago, and I know Pete's got something that he's going to make a beeline for.
Yes, if there's a little gin distillery in town, and they have them for sale down the market, so I am looking forward to getting a sneaky gin or two.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much down there. All the local growers and producers of the area all congregate down here every Saturday morning from 7:30, I think it's till 11:30. So that's where we're heading now. But look, there is actually so much to do in the Barossa Valley. Pete and I were talking yesterday that you can get a bit overwhelmed. So the best thing is to do is just go into the Visitor Information Centre when you first get here, grab a few brochures, and you really just have to take a pick for each day because there's just hundreds of places, wineries, vineyards, distilleries, producers, things to do and see. You'd never get through them unless you stayed here, for 3 months, I reckon.
Look, the produce down here is unbelievable.
What we're going to do is it's Saturday night, and we usually like to cook up a nice special meal. So we're going to be on the lookout for something to cook up for tonight too. What's happening here?
Well, I'm going to get some goiser. I can't go past it. So homemade goiser, they make them in Williamstown. So I'm just looking them over there. This goiser at the markets. I thought I'd just come in and get some fresh produce, but I'm a sucker for goiser.
Yeah.
Particularly with some hot chili sauce.
Yeah.
How's the coffee, Tan?
Oh, that is superb actually. Double shot latte this morning. How good is this place? There is so much here. I can't believe the variety. Like all these beautiful mushrooms, there's jams, sauces, bagels, poultry, meat, bakery goods. There's so much. It's just amazing. Having so much fun. I'm in trouble now. I've just spotted the dessert cabinet. So of course we'll choose dessert first before we choose something for mains. So it's either the lemon tart, the chocolate caramel tart, or the raspberry vanilla bean. Oh my God, how am I going to choose? Which one would you recommend? Lemon tart, please. This is lovely Roz from Cherry Lane Baking Delicious, who makes all these dreamy sweet treats. Thanks so much, Roz.
Lovely to meet you. Thank you.
We cannot wait to tuck into that tonight.
I hope you enjoy it.
Shall do. Yeah, so whereabouts are you located?
We're located in Wallaroo, South Australia, on the York Peninsula.
And is that on the Spencer Gulf?
On the Spencer Gulf, that's correct.
Is that a good seafood area?
Yeah, definitely a good seafood area.
All this here is from?
Majority of it is pan fry, some local garfish. They're just a thin butterfly fillet. They're very delicious.
Just a light crumb.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for having a chat to us today, Ray. Really appreciate it.
So we're Barossa Distilling Company, so we've been around since 2016. Distilling started as gins, but always wanted to bring out whiskey and those darker kind of products. Starting to bring out whiskey now. We've got an absolutely beautiful seven-year-old Gallus whiskey. We've got some beautiful gins, vodkas, liqueurs, all sorts now for our little craft cocktail bar in Nuriupta. what do we want to try first? All right, let's do some botanical gins first. So Generations Gin is kind of like our hero product. It is the first gin we ever brought out back in 2016. You'll find it's a little different to like most botanical gins in the way of how smooth it is. So there's a lot of ingredients going through there that have oils that come off of them, almonds, oak chips, things like that come off in the heat. And so it gives it a really smooth mouthfeel. So have a little taste of this one. Actually the base for our award-winning Barossa Shiraz gin and also our Miss Maple gin, which is quite unique to us.
So that's it.
That is it. That is the world win for a little distillery in the Barossa. It's our Bud Burst gin. We've got heavy stone fruits going through there, so peaches, mandarin. Cure, something very original to us. It's again our Generations gin, that hero gin that we're cutting in half of A-grade Canadian dark maple syrup. Have just a wee little sip of that one.
So Emily, thanks so much.
That's all right. It's been a pleasure.
Giving us this beautiful tasting today.
We've got some lovely products here, so we like to share.
Excited. We've got family coming to Brisbane in September.
Ooh, having some share.
Sharing it with them.
Yeah.
Really appreciate it.
That's all right.
Absolutely,
it's been a pleasure.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
I think we might take that. How would we cook it?
This one's quite easy. So you're doing it in the air fryer? Yeah. That one's just under 600 grams, so about 45 minutes in the air fryer. It'll be absolutely beautiful. A tiny bit of salt on the skin and it will crackle up just perfectly.
From Winery Farm?
Winery Farm. Yep.
Whereabouts is that located?
It's between Marrable and Waterloo on the old Kapunda to Burra Highway. So the next valley over.
So Ray, can you give us a little overview about this market and why it's so unique?
So the Barossa Farmers Market is a really special market because it's a producer's market, which means that everything in the shed, everything you see, in order to have a stall here, you have to be the person who grows it, makes it, produces it. There's no buying in or ringing in of stuff. So everyone here is very, very passionate about what they do. And I'm told it's actually the last market that's like that left in Australia. There's not very many places like this left in the world actually, which is quite a bit special. So everyone you meet here, everyone you see, they know their product from start to finish. We're a very passionate bunch here.
Thank you.
No worries. I'll see you again.
How many potatoes would you like? Just a few? Yeah, just a few, yeah.
Wow, how fantastic was that experience in there at the Barossa Farmers Markets? Everyone was so friendly and so helpful and so beautiful in sharing their knowledge and information with us. We thoroughly enjoyed it and I think, wow, we have got one heck of a meal to cook up tonight.
So we're going to have a rack of pork, which is absolutely delicious.
Brussels sprouts, so we're going to roast them up with some salt and pepper, a little bit of olive oil, and just steam down some beautiful snow peas. We're so excited. But what we're going to do now is we are heading up to a place called Menglers Hill Lookout, and there's a sculpture park up there. So we're hoping to get some beautiful views on top of a hill and enjoy walking through some art. See you up there. Here we are at the Menglers Hill Sculpture Park. It is beautiful. The views are amazing up here. It's really worth the drive up. It's really not far from the centre of Barossa Valley. And so we're about to go down and have a little walk through all these magnificent sculptures that we're looking at. You've got about 180-degree views that overlook all the beautiful fields and vineyards of the Barossa Valley. It's truly lovely. Be a great picnic spot too.
This is a place that's very well known in the Barossa, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a bit of an icon. So this place was founded in 1924 by Albert Hoffman, and the bakery's now been in the Fechner family for about 4 generations.
The interesting thing about this, it's a wood-fired oven, and it's been said that it is the longest known wood-fired oven continually fired in Australia.
So they specialise in slow ferment recipes with doughs fermenting for 10 up to 16 hours. And they use traditional Barossa recipes dating right back from the 1800s.
So Apex Bakery is based in Tanunda.
So there is the second generation is still here, so it's third generation of the family. I've just got a couple of people that would like to have a look at the oven.
Hello sir, how are you?
Oh yeah, they're good. This is our wood oven here. Pies and pasties.
This was the standard Australian oven. It's an English design and it's called a Scotch oven. We use mallee wood with hard, dry wood, and it's just over 100 years old now. In the firebox over here, have a look in there, that's where the fire's there. There's 2 chimneys, and there's a chimney up here, they join up. So when it's being lit, this flue comes out here to let the air come through, and the bottom door over there is opened up. That creates a draft. And across the top of the oven is a big flame.
Because it's getting a lot of oxygen through.
It gets drawing across the top, yep.
That's amazing.
That heats the oven up. Once it's up to a temperature, we shut it down.
Oh wow, and it stays that temperature?
Yeah. Still on 500 there. When they would have shut it down, would have been 550. Recipes date right back to 100 years ago.
Is that right? So
my father worked here when he started work here, but when he was 10.
Yes. Nipper, I'm Peter anyway.
I'm Peter.
And this is Tan.
Hello, please.
Hello, good to meet you.
Yeah, Nipper. Is that a nickname?
Yeah.
So what's your actual name?
Brian.
Brian who?
Brian Fechner.
Fechner, okay.
Yep.
Oh, thank you for that.
And we are the longest fermenter of bread. All our bread ferments for 12 hours before it's taken, yeah.
Well, we'd love to thank you very much.
No, you're more than welcome, yeah.
Your knowledge. It's been an honour to meet you.
Yeah, no, pleasure. No.
Nipper, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure to meet you.
More than welcome.
Whenever we come across the Barossa, we can never go by without stopping at gorgeous Maggie Beer's farm shop. Here you can sample and stock up on Maggie's signature pickles, sauces and chutneys. So we grabbed a pear chutney for our lovely weekend pork dinner. There's a gorgeous nature walk around the lake, shaded by dense bottle brush and tall red gums. You can also learn to recreate the incredible dishes yourself by booking in for a cooking class, where you can learn to specialise in making handmade cheese, artisan bread, pastas, pickles or preserves.
Okay, so that's a wrap. We have all the goods for a beautiful cook-up tonight. We'll see you back at the ranch. What's happening here tonight, Pete?
Well, this is all the produce that we got from the farmers market today, and this is the rack of pork. So what I've done with that early in the day is that I've sliced it and I put salt on it because we want to get it nice and crispy. So that's ready to go now, and it's been out for a while, so it's room temperature. I did the wedges of potato just because we had plenty of power. So this is the Maggie beer chutney that we bought. It's a dried pear chutney, and pear and apple go really well with pork. So I am now. All right, so I preheated the air fryer to 180. Oh, we're getting the crackling time.
Nice.
How good is that?
Looking beautiful.
We have crackling.
Peter, you have excelled yourself.
May we?
Tonight I am feeling like the luckiest lady in the world.
This one is what I'm really excited about. I've never had pear chutney with pork, so.
Today we're going to go to one of Barossa Valley's icons. It's Seppeltsfield Winery.
Roads don't get more iconic than the Avenue of Palms. Planted during the Depression by winery workers, this magnificent natural corridor of Canary Island date palms boasts more than 2,000 trees. As the Barossa's equivalent to Sunset Boulevard, this 5-kilometre trail is just such a beautiful landscape. Winding past the vineyards of the Western Barossa, following this road leads us into Seppeltsfield Estate. Seppeltsfield is steeped in history, with every corner of the estate reflecting its rich heritage. We wandered through the dimly lit Centennial cellar, where the air is filled with the scent of oak from the weathered wooden barrels that line the walls. Here you can savour a 100-year-old tawny from one of the world's longest unbroken lines of single vintage tawny, dating right back to 1878. Here you can explore the historic winery and settlement, and also home to the jam factory, where artisans can be seen at work with metal, leather, glass and clay. And of course it's also where you can taste wines, including the vintage tawny. We visit Vast Virgin, which is stepping inside one of the region's most beautiful retail spaces, where the magic of olive oil meets skincare, all made on site in their open factory. We meet the artisans in the legendary jam factory at Seppeltsfield Estate.
So I'd really love you to meet Sarah Rowe, and I've just bought some beautiful earrings from Sarah, so I'm really thrilled. What a treat.
Thank you.
And so Sarah's going to just give us a really quick overview on this fantastic initiative that's here at Seppeltsfield. So can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, sure. Well, here it's the Jam Factory, which is a satellite operation from the one that's in the city in Morfett Street. Yes. So we've got 7 different artists that have individual studios, so it's always an open studio here. And then we've got the retail and gallery downstairs. So all local artists, and we make and design and sell right from the studios here in the old beautiful stable building, which is the oldest building on the premises.
That is absolutely fantastic. So what sort of mediums are here? What sort of are the different crafts that people are making?
Well, we've got two jewellers, one of the jewellers being myself, leather makers. We've got Julie the milliner, Brendan Scott French, who is the glass artist as well.
Wonderful.
So, yeah.
I just think it's absolutely fantastic. And there is a lot of creativity in the Barossa Valley, I'm picking up.
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
It's great to see.
I think it's so inspiring here. So.
Oh, absolutely. And do you run workshops out the back here?
Yeah, so the Jam Factory runs that space there, which are group workshops, and then individually we also do our own sort of smaller workshops as well, and lots of different things.
Oh, that's wonderful. And would you mind sharing with us a little bit about the medium? What's your favourite medium in particular?
I'm known for my titanium, which is the colourful metal that you see. So it's all anodised, which is basically electrocuting it and changing the colour with voltage.
Is that how you do it?
Yeah, so you're not actually adding anything to the surface. You're electrocuting it so that the voltage changes the light that bounces through the oxide layer, and that creates the colour.
Oh, that's magnificent.
Yeah. Thank you.
So I'm now here at the beautiful studio of Naomi Bishop Jewellery. Hi Naomi, how are you going?
Yeah, good, thank you. How are you?
Really thrilled to be here, and I'm just curious how wonderful it must be for other people visiting the Barossa, not only to see your work and for you to share it out there, but also for them to be able to meet the artisan.
Yeah, I especially love being in this space because you meet so many different people, and it's really interesting to find out where they've been travelling from. Sometimes you have locals in, lots of interstate, and then obviously people from overseas as well. And yeah, it's just nice to talk to people face to face, and I think it's also a really nice sort of selling point as well if they can watch you making work and meet the artists. So yeah, it's a unique opportunity.
Absolutely,
yeah.
It's a really nice connection point.
Yeah.
What are you actually working on right at the moment?
This is just a pair of my scribble studs, work in progress. Yeah, I've been making these for quite a few years now, so it'll be closed up like that.
Oh, gorgeous.
Yeah, just a really nice lightweight stud.
What's your favourite medium, Naomi?
I predominantly work in sterling silver. I also offer a 24 carat gold plated sterling silver and some oxidised variants, so it's like a black oxidised surface finish on the silver. Yeah, and sometimes commissions in gold, but yeah, silver's my main medium.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
That's lovely. Well, thanks so much for talking today. It's a beautiful space and beautiful work. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Seppeltsfield is steeped in history, with every corner of the estate reflecting its rich heritage. A highlight for us was being guided through the dimly lit Centennial Cellar, where the air is filled with the scent of oak from the weathered wooden barrels that line the walls. And we were blown away to think that this is the home to a 100-year-old tawny from one of the world's longest unbroken lines of single vintage tawny, dating right back to 1878. How amazing is that?
So I'd like you to meet Russell, and Russell's taking us through this experience today. And what's it called, Russell?
The Para Experience. Para, we can't say port anymore, so it's the Para Experience, which is a range of 4 or 5.
That's wonderful. Well, we're excited.
A grand.
And this is 10 years.
Okay.
And the next one, the rare, is 15 years. So this is the 2004 Tawny. 2004, 21 years old, which means it spent 21 years in the barrel.
Yep.
So it was bottled in 2004, back 21 years in the barrel, then it was made 22 years ago.
Okay.
All right. And the last one I'm pouring you is the 1999 21-year-old port, which is bottled in 1999. And at the end of it, I'll tell you our port story. and show you our 100-year-old port. From this side, around.
Okay.
It's pretty damn good, this one, anyway.
It's a great start. The barrels expand and contract. Right? In summertime, the fortifieds love the heat.
Oh.
So our port is all sitting upstairs in our third level under a tin roof. And when they expand, that's when they evaporate. Right? And we lose 3% every year in evaporation. It's the angel share,
yes,
they call it. 100-year-old port barrels, which are up the top.
Yeah.
The new barrels don't necessarily do it, it's the older ones, and they leak. So when you're losing 3% every year, that liquid is going down and down. And so it's getting thicker and thicker. That's why it becomes thicker.
Okay.
So our 100-year-old one, I'm going to jump to that one now. That is our 100-year-old port. Look at it.
It's syrup.
Yes.
Oh
so once that 3% that's losing every year, what's evaporating is the water. So once the water's gone, it just sits there.
Yeah, that makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah. So we have port upstairs. The story is we got port upstairs from 1878 to 2024. It's the only one of its type in the world.
1878. 78. Oh.
That's the package. And this was put down by a guy, the original Seppel family when they came out here. They came out up here to Barossa in 1851. And Joseph, the dad, started to build that cellar, which we're standing next to. And that cellar, he died early, died of pneumonia.
Yeah.
And so his son took over. His son's 21 years old, and his name's Oscar Benno. And he's the legend behind Seppels. He created the label.
Oh, I saw him there, Benny or something.
Benno.
Benno.
Benno, that's him downstairs. You seen the photo?
Yeah,
that's him.
Love the photo.
Yes, that's him.
Okay.
And he continued to build the cellar out. And when he finished it, finished in 1878. First building built in the Barossa Valley purposely for a winery.
Wow.
With a winery in mind. Third level, we're on the second level. The first level's below us. All right? When he finished in 1878, he wanted to do something to celebrate Dad's life. He passed 10 years earlier. So we got a punch and barrel of port, which is 500 litres, sealed it up and stuck it upstairs and said, do not open it for 100 years for Dad.
God, got me goosebumps.
And when he did that, no one had intentionally put down a barrel for 100 years. So what was going to come out the other end? No idea.
Yeah, interesting.
So Oscar was a visionary. He did a lot of firsts for the wine world here. One of his visions was, I can do that every year. So thanks to Oscar, upstairs, we've got port from 1878, every single year by vintage, by barrel, to 2024. It's the only one of its type in the world.
Was that Benno or?
Benno, that's Benno.
Right.
Yeah.
What a foresight.
Absolutely, that vision, and it's all been kept up. So now, in vintage time, vintage for us is January to March.
Yep.
We make 8 barrels of port, seal them up, stick them upstairs to open up in 100 years.
8 barrels.
Yeah. 21, 28.
You're big.
No, 21, 28. 21, 25.
Yeah,
so we did in 24, we did in 23, we did in 22.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. And then we go back 100 years, so it's 2025. So now we open up the 1925 barrel, of which there's only one barrel.
Yeah, I can see.
You want to smell it?
Yes.
Do you want to smell it?
Show that.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Totally different.
Yeah, okay.
Yes. I'll take you up to the cellar, just have a look.
Oh, thank you, Russ.
This is the barrels. This is the original one, 1878. And every single year still. That's all they do. Expand and contract.
And it's just right above us. It's just phenomenal.
And it's a tin roof. So when it's 40 degrees outside, it's 45 in here.
Yeah.
So as we came through that glass door in summertime, you'll get hit with that smell, with that 3% angel share. It is prolific.
So we had a fantastic time here at Seppeltsfield, from exploring the art and history to tasting the famous Artzone. Cheers to Russell, who looked after us so well. He was a book of knowledge and made the whole experience even more special. We couldn't resist taking home a very nice port to remember the day by. Staying in Greenock gave us the chance to really enjoy and support the locals, and before long we almost felt like a part of the community ourselves. Afternoons were spent with a cleansing ale at the Greenock Brewery, followed by wine tastings at the intimate cellar doors. At Schluter's cellar door we discovered wonderful wines, and we found something truly special. Walking into the cellar door feels like stepping into someone's lounge room. Fire crackling, locals chatting, and there's Mick welcoming you with his big warm smile and easy charm. With his lineup of quality, great value wines, it's a personal Barossa experience that just makes you feel more like a friend than a visitor. Thanks, Mick. These places were all of a 5-minute walk from where we were staying at the Greenock Oval. So good. Fitness Bar and Grill is one of Barossa Valley's most acclaimed restaurants, blending contemporary Australian cuisine with fresh regional produce. This place is our absolute favourite restaurant in all of Australia. It was the perfect way to celebrate Pete's birthday, slow down and savour the flavours of the Barossa and indulge in a truly memorable dining experience. Thanks Peter Clark, truly magical in every way. So if you're looking for a really great dining experience, put this one on your list. The Barossa is more than just a famous wine region, it's a playground for the senses. Here, rolling vineyards meet bushland, historic towns that whisper stories of the past, and every corner has a taste, a smell, or a craft that sparks joy. We wandered farmers markets, tasting our way through fresh produce, picnicked like royalty in Bethany with locally sourced treats, and met artisans whose creativity seems almost contagious. Between sipping wines, exploring the arts and grabbing a cheeky ale here and there, we discovered that indulgence isn't just about wine or food or art. It's about soaking up life and sharing laughs with the lovely locals that we met. Because in the Barossa, every moment invites you to taste, explore and enjoy the simple pleasures. We hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you're enjoying our adventures, hit subscribe to join us on more off-grid journeys across Australia. Thanks so much to those who watch the ads through, it really does help our channel grow. And by giving this video a thumbs up and dropping a comment below, helps YouTube find us, sharing it with more curious explorers like you. Happy travels, keep tracing your dreams, and we'll see you out there in the next one.